Earth's final transmission. You have sealed your fate. HFY Sci-Fi story. Beginning. The silence before the end. When the stars fell quiet, humanity knew something was wrong. For months, every deep space relay had gone dark one after another. Stations that once thrummed with chatter from mining colonies, exploration ships, and trade vessels simply stopped responding. No wreckage. No distress calls. Just silence. At first, the United Terran Federation thought it was a malfunction. The Andromeda Gateway malfunctioned once, after all, stranding an entire fleet in subspace. But as the disappearances spread, scientists realized the truth. Someone, or something, was deliberately erasing humanity's presence from the stars. By the time Earth's outer defense fleet received the first transmission from the void, the fear had already taken root. The message was short. This galaxy is now under Dominion control. All unauthorized species will be neutralized. The sender, the Val'korr Dominion. They were not known before. Not in the records of the Interstellar Council, not in the memory banks of alien archives. A ghost empire appearing out of nowhere, efficient, ruthless, and eerily silent after every strike. Admiral Elias Rourke stood before the holographic map in Earth's Strategic Command Center, watching system after system blink out in red. Luna Base. Titan Colony. The Martian shipyards.
Gone.
Sir, said Lieutenant Maya Chen, voice trembling, we've lost contact with the Arc Horizon. Last signal came from the Jupiter sector. Rourke clenched his jaw. That's the last evacuation vessel. Yes, sir. The Admiral turned to face the massive display showing the solar system. Only one blue orb remained untouched Earth. They were coming, and humanity's last message to the stars had to be prepared. Middle, the invasion begins. The first Val'korr warships broke through Saturn's orbit, massive spiked vessels that shimmered like obsidian blades in the dark. Their energy signatures were beyond anything Terran sensors had recorded. They're cutting through our satellites like paper, shouted a communications officer aboard EFS Resolute. No energy buildup, no detectable weapon signature, just erasure. Admiral Rourke stood at the bridge's viewport, the blue halo of Earth distant, yet visible. They're using quantum phase weapons, he muttered. They're rewriting matter itself. The Val'korr fleet advanced silently. Not a single broadcast. No negotiation. No declaration. Just cold inevitability. Admiral, came a voice over comms. This is Captain Halloran of the Arden Sphere. We're forming up for a defensive screen around Earth. Hold the line, Rourke ordered. Every second counts. The longer we stall them, the better chance our signal gets through. Because while the fleet fought and died above, something crucial was happening below. At the heart of Earth, beneath the old ruins of Geneva, a colossal transmitter was being brought online. The Gaia array, built to send messages across galaxies, had been repurposed for one final task: to deliver Earth's final transmission, a warning, a declaration, and perhaps a curse. Dr. Leora Anwar, chief engineer, worked frantically among her crew as tremors from orbital impacts shook the facility. Power the quantum uplink, she shouted. We only get one shot. Her assistant, Nolan Vance, stared at the readouts. Even if we get it up, who's going to hear it? They're jamming everything. Leora looked up at the ceiling, feeling the vibration of distant explosions. Someone will. Someone has to. The battle for Earth. When the Val'korr fleet arrived, they didn't bombard the planet. Instead, they descended, dozens of ships, each kilometers long, floating into the atmosphere like dark gods. Cities fell under their shadow. People looked up from shattered rooftops to see the reflection of alien metal blotting out the sky. On every channel, desperate broadcasts played. This is New Berlin. We're under attack. Tokyo is gone. The sky is burning. If anyone can hear this, Earth is. Then static. Admiral Rourke's fleet fought until the last gun went silent. Plasma flares lit the void as Terran destroyers rammed Val'korr dreadnoughts head-on, detonating reactors just to cripple a single ship. Even as his flagship burned, Rourke refused to leave the bridge. "Admiral, evacuation pods are ready," shouted Maya Chen. He shook his head. "Not yet. Transmit this to all channels. For every world they take, we'll take 10 of theirs. Tell them, Earth remembers." The last thing he saw was Earth rising in the viewport before the Resolute was consumed in white light. The final transmission. Deep beneath Geneva, the Gaia array hummed to life. Its massive antennae extended, piercing through layers of bedrock and cloud cover. Dr. Leora watched as the power reading stabilized. Signal matrix at full capacity. "Target destination?" Nolan asked. Leora hesitated. "Everywhere. Every relay, every listening post, every known channel. We're not just sending a message to our allies. We're sending it to the galaxy." The recording had been prepared by Earth's Defense Council before their destruction. A calm, human voice began to echo through the array's chamber. "To any who receive this transmission, this is Earth, cradle of humanity. We are under attack by an unknown power calling itself the Val'korr Dominion. They do not negotiate. They do not speak. They erase." A deep rumble shook the chamber. Dust fell from the ceiling. The Val'korr had landed nearby. "If you can hear this," the message continued, "know that we fought until the end. We are the children of a dying sun, but our fire does not fade. To the Dominion, we say this." Leora took the microphone from its stand, overriding the playback. Her voice was trembling but fierce. "You came to our world thinking us prey. You silenced our colonies, slaughtered our people, and burned our skies. But know this, you have not won. You have sealed your fate." She slammed the transmit key. "Because humanity's reach is longer than death. Our memory is carved into machines, stars, and the bones of the galaxy itself. You will find us in every shadow you cast, and when you look into the void, it will whisper one name: Earth." The transmission burst from the array in a wave of quantum energy so strong it overloaded sensors across the planet. The message spread faster than light, echoing through subspace, jumping between collapsed relays, and bleeding into the communication webs of 100 civilizations. As Leora watched the power core melt down, she whispered, "It's done." The aftermath. When the Val'korr reached Geneva, they found nothing but ruins and radiation. The array had vaporized itself. But the message was already gone, impossible to stop. Days turned into weeks. The Dominion swept over Earth like locusts, dismantling cities and absorbing resources. Humanity, they believed, was extinct, until their ships began to vanish. One by one, Val'korr fleets traveling through hyperspace blinked out of existence. Entire armadas, gone without trace. Their own command structure began collapsing from within. Systems failed, AIs went rogue, and entire planets under their control began to rebel. It wasn't war. It was retribution.